guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Kagam. Oh my goodness, I was supposed to do the beginning of my Hermes like 3-episode series today, but first I need to talk about Chanel honey, because Chanel feels like I've been ignoring her, so she wants to bring her shenanigans, so I have to tell you about it. I'm sure most of you know because I did get some comments from some of you guys, so I started doing my own Inspector Gadget investigations. You know what time it is. So I went onto this page that I trust. She tends to post very accurate info. I've talked about her before. I'll link her IG below. I'll mention it in the description because this is where I found the info. So here we go. This is what she wrote in her stories. Chanel new policy coming in November. By the way, the cruise collection will be in boutiques worldwide the first week of November. She says there will be new restrictions for their clients. Each client will be able to purchase only one classic flap and one cocoa handle per year. There will also be limits on SLGs and fine jewelry. Okay, let's unpack everything. Before we do, subscribe to my channel, hit notifications. Please drop a like on this video. We have a lot to talk about in this video. I'm very keen to know what you think. I'm going to tell you my opinion, but make sure you're talking to me in the Premier chat and drop a comment below and tell me what you think. So this is what I think is going on. Now, before I tell you my opinion, I did actually post a teaser to this video on my Facebook page. So make sure you go follow me on Facebook, because on Facebook it's a little bit more casual than my channel. I do post like some videos that are not even really edited, where I'm just talking to you guys. I post like, you know, discussion topics and things like that. So go follow me on Facebook. I posted something on Facebook saying, just saw on IG that Chanel are restricting client purchases starting with Cruise 22C. I'll discuss it later this week in a video. Still gathering intel, classic flaps, cocoa handle are restricted. And then I got a fantastic comment from Maria, one of my YouTube friends, and she said, Hermes and Chanel are still trying to get a handle on why their VIPs are selling their bags fresh from the boutique. Sounds like the target is the resellers and the reduction of supply. Yeah, spot on. Then more price increases to drive resale prices to an unsustainable level. Spot on. Waiting for your tea. This is really going to hurt. This is really going to hurt new to the brand buyers. Yeah, I completely agree with everything Maria said in her comments. So make sure you go follow my Facebook page so that you're up to date, because I do post a lot of stuff on there as well. I completely agree with her. Yeah, absolutely. First of all, there are many VIPs. Let's talk about the dirty secret that we all know. Chanel, Hermes, and Louis Vuitton. Many VIPs in all those three houses are doing a lot of reselling on the side. And it's nonsense. It's bang out of order. I'm sorry. It's bang out of order. If you're a VIP at any one of those brands, you shouldn't be using your VIP status to take advantage and resell and driving up these prices to a completely ridiculous level. You know, I've told you guys before, I really like Jean-Paul Gaultier's creations at Hermes, okay? So yesterday, I like casually just looking and seeing what the resale prices are for the Kelly Pochette. He designed that. The Shadow Birkin, he designed that, okay? I like just seeing, what are the prices, you know, to see what's popping. Listen, okay, someone was reselling an exotic Kelly Pochette in Croc, okay, for $43,000. The USD price, I think, for the Kelly Pochette in Croc is like $17,000, okay? She's completely right. It is not sustainable, and there are VIPs who are to blame for this. And I think, to a certain degree, they're going to use this in order to find out who are the VIPs who are like buying, but not really keeping. Don't forget, if you're a VIP or a VVVIP at Chanel, they probably know a little bit about your lifestyle. They probably know where you live. They probably know, like, you know, what country club you're part of, or what charity events that you go to and things like that. They can easily figure out if you're that kind of person. Probably know like what your favorite restaurants. Do you know what I mean? They can easily figure out if you're that kind of person who, if you're really like using those bags or if you're not using them at all. And I think I completely agree with Maria on that. And then something else that I think that they're doing as well is, not only are they doing this to, like, you know, crush resellers, they're also doing this to get rid of people who are excessively returning. Think about it right now. If you're someone, and we've talked about this before, if you're someone who returns a lot, like, let's be clear, you're not going to be returning anything now with these new restrictions, because Let's say you buy a Coco handle. That's on your record now that you bought one. You return it. It's not gonna get. Think about it. Chanel are not dummies, okay? You do not create a successful fashion house by being stupid, okay? They're gonna figure out like this person buys, returns. Guess what? You're banned, okay? Chanel be like, let's quietly get rid of this person. This is also going to decrease the fair weather Chanel clients. So like I said, if you're someone who returns a lot, and no, I don't hate people who return, but if you return a lot, you are not really going to be doing much at the house. Because if you buy your flap and you buy your Coco handle, then you return them, they might be like, hey, you hit your limit. Okay, but I didn't keep them. It doesn't matter. You bought it. Okay, we're done with you. This is actually a very clever way to get rid of people who don't really know what they want. This is also going to solve the issue that Chanel have of the people who buy a classic flap, a Coco handle, a trendy, and a Deauville. Which one should I keep? And a wallet on a chain. Which one should I keep? That is like, this is going to solve that for sure. And I've told you about how I hate when people do that. Like, don't buy things that you don't need, you're unsure of, and which one should I keep? I see that all the time on Instagram and it drives me nuts, and Facebook. Don't do that. Like, if you, okay, I'm gonna buy something, you need to really have a good idea. They don't want people who don't know what they want. They want you, if you love the classic flaps, buy the classic flap. If you love the Coco handle, buy the Coco handle. This is going to put horrific pressure, by the way, these new restrictions, on the seasonal bags like the Trendy. So the Trendy is my favorite bag at the brand. The Trendy skips season. So she's here for 22C, she's taking a break, 22P, she'll be back. 22S, she'll be back for summer, okay? This is gonna put pressure on the Trendy, this is gonna put pressure on the Deauville, this is gonna put pressure on the horrifically ugly Gabrielle. Bye, honey. Okay, I do not like that bag, okay? It should be discontinued. The Business Affinity backpacks, like those seasonal, well, Gabrielle's not seasonal, but you know what I'm saying. Those like seasonal bags that we don't see all of the time at the brand. This is gonna put tons of pressure on those bags. Also, like those bags that we don't see regularly, that, you know, they pop up every now and then, you know, they pop up. Another thing that this is gonna put pressure on is the Chanel 19. This is probably gonna raise interest in the Chanel 19 and raise sales for the Chanel 19. You know, I think I know that many people are angry at Chanel about this, and I mean, for me, it doesn't affect me. I don't have a Chanel store here, and also I do not like the Coco handle. So for me, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I do like the classic flaps, but I wouldn't say I'm crazy about them, and I definitely wouldn't be that person who would have many in one color or something. It's not, for me, it's not like that. I actually prefer their seasonal bags, like the Trendy, the Deauville, etc. But I think that what this is going to do is like, it's really going to make people understand that if you want to continue shopping at Chanel, you have to buy ready to wear, you have to buy fine jewelry. Now, she did mention fine jewelry in her stories. I believe everything that she said. The only thing that I would push back on is the fine jewelry thing, because Chanel's like fine jewelry, like the, you know, the jewelry that they're really trying to force on us, some of which is really nice, it's just overpriced for what it is, in my opinion. It's like more expensive than Cartier, more expensive than Van Cleef, but whatever. I feel like with jewelry, they're not going to really push against that, because let's be clear, reselling Chanel fine jewelry, you're not really going to get your money back. People who buy jewelry at resale are very savvy shoppers, and they're people who know the value of money, and they know what that thing is supposed to cost at resale. So like reselling Chanel fine jewelry, it's not a hot market like reselling, like, you know, the Chanel pearl bag, you know, from 2019, that was like a massive unicorn. There are no unicorns in Chanel's fine jewelry. I mean, frankly, even Cartier's resale market and even Van Cleef, it's not like you can make a massive profit reselling it, you know. Of course, it's an asset, you know, in that financial sense, but I'm talking in the terms of like, oh my God, I'm going to make £2,000 reselling my love bracelet. No, you're not, okay? Because people can just walk into the boutique and buy one immediately. So I feel like with fine jewelry, I'm not really sure how those restrictions are going to work, because I just don't really see the resale market for Chanel's fine jewelry specifically. And also, from what I have heard, Chanel onboards a lot of VIPs through fine jewelry as well. Like, they do want those people who are very passionate about their fine jewelry pieces. So if you like Chanel's fine jewelry, for example, like let's say you bought like earrings and a bracelet and they are the fine jewelry pieces, don't be surprised if you do get invited to like a private event at the house, or if your SA does give you a gift. They really do want those like ready to wear fine jewelry clients. Okay, now let's discuss VIPs. In my opinion, VIPs in good standing are not going to be affected by this at all. They're going to be able to buy any bag they want. They're going to buy multiple bags a year. They're going to buy as many classic flaps as they want per year and as many Coco handles as they want. And note what I said, VIPs in good standing. As a general rule, I do know that the VIP threshold in the EU starts at 100,000 euros a year. Obviously, VVIPs will be spending 200,000, 300,000 euros a year. Let's be clear, you cannot reach that VVIP level, frankly, even the VIP level of 100,000 euros a year, 200,000, 300,000 euros a year without buying ready to wear. I mean, you know, some of Chanel's skirts, I was just looking at some of the ready to wear that was like on the website that was available. I think it's the 21K collection or 21B, and some of the skirts are like £16,000, like on the UK site. Some ready to wear is like £10,000, £12,000. Like, you can't reach those levels just buying bags, particularly if you factor in the fact you can only buy like 2 bags a month. Well, that was the current, or 2 bags every 60 days, I beg your pardon. Well, that was the current thing. And I believe that is still in effect. So they're going to have the restriction of the classic flap and the Coco handle and the current restrictions of 2 bags every 2 months. So reaching VIP level, you have to buy ready to wear. I mean, it's that simple. And you probably will be buying fine jewelry as well. So there'll be those people who are like VIPs because they just buy fine jewelry and bags perhaps, or there'll be those people who are like ready to wear fine jewelry and handbags. But fundamentally, you're not going to be a VIP if you don't buy ready to wear and if you don't buy fine jewelry at Chanel. And it goes without saying, anyone who's a couture client at Chanel is a VIP automatically. And I honestly, hand on my heart, hand on the Holy Bible, I'm sorry, haute couture clients are not going to be affected by this at all. And I don't believe that ready to wear clients, like the people who watch the catwalk show, for example, the one that just happened now, 22S, and then tell their SA, I want that look. I want the look that this model's wearing. I want the look that this model's wearing. That person's going to get as many flaps as they want, as many Coco handles as they want, because they are VIPs. Now, we're talking about VIPs in good standing. I do think that we as customers and as fans of these brands, we don't give like the suits, okay, in these companies like enough credit. They know a lot about the clients in these brands, okay? And I feel like they can figure out which VIPs are resellers. I saw a video, I think, of someone who like got banned at Chanel. I think she is a reseller or something, and she got banned. Yeah, I mean, being banned at Chanel, that isn't like a cool feeling. I think she was banned or something. And there are people who, you know, are VIPs but are actually resellers. So they're reselling, but they're VIPs. Chanel doesn't want those people, and I think that Chanel has put strategies in place to figure out which one of their VIPs are actually resellers, and then they're figuring out how to freeze those people out of Chanel by using these new rules and new restrictions. Of course, as Maria, my YouTube friend, said, at the end of the day, this is going to put, you know, a lot of pressure on new fans of the brand. There's no shadow of a doubt. If you're not buying ready to wear and you're not buying fine jewelry, then yeah, you're not going to be whatever. You know, you're not going to be able to maybe buy the bags that you want. I think that for me, I like these restrictions and I don't. On the one hand, I appreciate the need to really put resellers, you know, on notice. And if you're a reseller watching this, don't be offended. It's just my opinion. Everyone has a right to do what they want to do. And I know people, like, you know, feed their families through the luxury resale business. But at the end of the day, resellers, we're not, and by the way, I'm not talking about personal shoppers because that's a different thing. But resellers are absolutely putting a lot of pressure on just being able to afford these items and being able to buy them. So someone might be like, hey, I want to buy the mini with the top handle, which I think in the EU at the moment is like, oh God, I forgot the EU price. I think the EU price was like 3,800 or maybe it's like 4,000 euros now. resellers know that that's a really hot bag, and that bag is really, really hard to get. So it puts so much pressure on people. Don't forget, there are some people who are saving and saving and saving and working so hard to save to buy this bag, and then all the resellers have taken it, and then on the resale market it's like 6,000 euros, which, I'm sorry, no, I'm not going to pay that when I know that in the Parisian boutiques, the mini with the top handle will be there. I know in other stores around the world, the mini with the top handle has been hard to get, but definitely in the Avenue Montaigne boutique, in the Cambon store, it will be there. You know how I told you how I feel like we're in a luxury handbag bubble? I feel like these restrictions also work to burst that bubble in terms of the resale market. I know some of you say, hey, it actually helps them, the resale market helps them. No, I don't really feel like deep down the resale market helps Chanel, at least. Maybe Hermes, that's a different issue, but I don't really feel like the resale market helps Chanel that much, because I feel like what this will do to the resale market is, as Maria noted, it's going to push up those prices to unsustainable levels that don't actually make any sense. Even if you're a massive fan of this brand, even if you're a collector, those massive prices don't really make sense. And then hopefully, if the luxury resale market bursts, what will then happen is those prices won't be sustainable. Those prices will come down, and then people will just get with the program and follow the rules at Chanel and get the bags that they want. And then Chanel will get to figure out who are the big spenders, who are the VIPs who could spend 100,000 euros a year, who are the VVIPs who could spend 200,000, 300,000 and buy haute couture. At the end of the day, Chanel wants the most profitable clients for their business. They don't want people who just want to buy bags all of the time. They need you to buy ready to wear. They need you to buy fine jewelry. And I've been talking about this for months, even in the earlier days of my channel. And sometimes I get comments from people like, that's not true. I'm a VIP and I don't buy ready to wear. I'm like, honey, VIPs are buying clothing, okay? And they're buying fine jewelry. Like, I'm not fighting with you guys on this, and we can see this. Funny how the ready to wear is not affected with any restrictions. How come they're not like restricting ready to wear? How come they're not restricting haute couture? Yeah, they're not, because they want those people to come to the brand. The impact this is going to have on the seasonal bags goes without saying. Right now, the mini with the top handle, I still class it as a seasonal piece. I don't think it's like a classic at the moment, because this is one of Virginie's new designs. It seems like, you know, it's a very popular bag, but it's still finding its feet in terms of constantly coming in each collection. But there's definitely like some beautiful ones that are coming in 22p that are super beautiful. This is going to put massive pressure on that bag, and I'm pretty sure these restrictions will also allow them to increase the prices on those like very cute pieces, basically, that are not classics yet, like the flap and the coco handle, but that will get there. So like the mini with the top handle now is going to be the bag to buy, in my opinion. And I think many people are going to try and get around this ban on buying many flaps and coco handles by buying the mini with the top handle. I think the regular minis are going to be super hot. They're going to continue to be hot. I know that the trendy, people are like, oh, it's lambskin, but the trendy, this is going to put pressure on that bag for sure. And this is definitely going to put pressure on even maybe the bigger bags, you know, like the Deauville. And it'll be interesting to see whether Chanel can actually kind of respond to that, and whether Chanel understands that they're actually going to be putting pressure on other bags. Because if someone knows they can't buy the coco handle, but they like a top handle, you know, they might decide to buy the trendy. Or if someone decides like, hey, okay, well, you know, I would really like to buy a classic flap, but hey, maybe let me just get the mini with the top handle then, you know? And it was really interesting, like, to kind of think about this, because I was like, how is this going to affect, you know, personal shoppers and things like that? I think it's going to affect personal shoppers a lot, because I think it's going to affect them, definitely, because obviously these restrictions are big, and a personal shopper can't control what someone wants to buy, you know. And but I still feel like resellers are going to be in an even tougher position now, and this is going to require resellers to have a much bigger network of people who they work with, because a lot of these resellers are like professionals. They know lots of people who work in the houses, they know SAs, they know executives, and also these restrictions are going to also kind of clamp down on the sort of unethical employees of Chanel, of which there are definitely SAs who are getting kickbacks, you know, for maybe, or reserve this for my client, you know, and I'll give you some extra money. This is going to clamp down on that really, really hard. And Chanel knows those people are there in their company, and they probably want to figure out who they are so that they can get rid of them. So deep down, like, what do we think about these new restrictions? Like, how does it make you feel? Honestly, I feel like the mini with the top handle is going to be the bag to buy for 2022 once these restrictions are put into place. I think if you're someone who likes the ready-to-wear and the fine jewelry, and I think if you buy it, maybe you're spending 10, 20, you know, maybe you're spending 10, 20, 30,000 pounds a year on ready to wear. Even if you're not spending 100,000 a year, I still feel like if you're buying 10, 20, 30,000 pounds, dollars or euros worth of clothing, I still feel like they'll make concessions for the people who are buying prêt-à-porter, who are buying, you know, fine jewelry. So the fine jewelry thing is the only one that there, I feel like maybe they just put that there as like a red herring, you know, to kind of throw us off. But the fine jewelry thing, I don't really feel like it's going to affect fine jewelry clients, because, you know, I like Chanel's fine jewelry, so don't get me wrong, I like it, and I would probably buy some of it in Paris if it wasn't as expensive as Cartier. I mean, if it wasn't like more expensive than Cartier, because it is, but I just don't feel like it's really going to affect fine jewelry that much. So I'm very curious to know what you think. I think deep down Chanel want to find new VIPs. They've realized that a lot of their VIPs at the moment are people, some of them, not all, okay, because I know there's some of you who are VIPs, I'm sure you're great VIPs, but there are some VIPs who are unscrupulous and are doing things, you know, to make some money on the side. I've told you guys before how I feel about reselling, so let me just repeat if you're new to the channel. My views on reselling are, you reselling your personal collection, I think is completely fine. Everyone is entitled to resell things that they want. But I don't believe in using your status to resell things and to make it as a side hustle. That's just something I'm personally not comfortable with. It's just something I'm personally not comfortable with, and I would not feel comfortable reselling a hard to get bag at a profit. There's something about it that makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't know why. I think it's just a personal thing. If that's something you want to do, I think that's fine. But I'm talking about the people who are doing this as a business. Like, hey, I have this bag, but I'll give it to you for 10,000. You know, I've seen some Chanel 19s or Fashion File a few months ago. I've seen some of them. I think some of the neutral colors, the caramel 19s. I've seen some of them going for like, you know, $8,000, $9,000. You know, we're talking about the small 19s here. We're not talking about the big ones. Look, at the end of the day, if people feel like that's what they want to do, you can go ahead and do that. I just don't think that it's ethical to be doing it, like using your position at the brand to like create this like mini business on the side. You know, if you want to create a reselling business, create a reselling business and stand on your own 2 feet. Don't use your standing at the brand to take away coveted bags from clients who are passionate about the brand and would be happily purchase that bag and keep that bag in their personal collection. I know it's an unpopular opinion, some of you might be upset, but that's just how I see it. And I think that Chanel have figured out, as Maria noted, that there are VIPs who are absolutely doing this on the side, buying those, maybe some of them are buying ready to wear as well, and saying, hey, I'll buy that, but I'm gonna need 4 handbags. The SA is going to be more inclined to fight for that person to the store manager, because like, oh, this person's, you know, ordered £50,000 worth of ready to wear, but they do need 4 bags. Well, maybe that person's going to take that, and then they're going to start flogging those bags to a massive, massive, massive premiums. I feel like Chanel are taking action. I feel bad for, you know, most of us, because it's going to affect the people who maybe aren't VIPs at the brands. We're going to be affected. But it is what it is, you know, this is business, and it's a business first. Like, remember that. It's a business first, then it's about clothes, you know, fashions, honey, second. So tell me what you think about these new restrictions. I would love to know what you think. When it comes to Chanel, like right now, I love the trendy CC in rose gold hardware for cruise. I love this mini of the top handle. I've told you guys so many times before. The one that's coming in January, February for 22p, that has this beautiful like light pink and white colorway. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love that bag. And then I really didn't like, I wasn't really inspired by anything I saw from 22S on the catwalk show, but I know there'll be other bags that are coming. So anyway, super curious to know what you think. I do like their ready to wear. I really like the Métier d'Art ready to wear, which was interesting. There's a really nice jumper from there. I haven't seen it since. I can't even find it on Vestiaire. I can't find it on resale. But I do have the product code, so I'm going to save that when I go to Paris, and hopefully, God willing, it'll be found in a Parisian boutique somewhere. So deep down, what do we think? Are we mad? Are we pressed? Do we care? Or are we very unbothered? I would love to know what you think. Please make sure you're fully subscribed. You hit notifications. Thank you so much to everyone who's been supporting. I just saw that now we're beyond 3,000 subscribers, which is so exciting. I never thought I'd ever get to this number, so I'm very, very happy. So yeah, I've got some great videos coming this week. I've got 3 Hermes videos that are coming consecutively, honey. Okay, so make sure you're subscribed, turn on notifications. Don't be tired. There's so much going on with Hermes, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton. I mean, I don't even know how I keep up. Okay, there's so much going on with these brands. Thank you so much for watching. God bless, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow in my next video.